Hello everyone, hope you all are well. My name is Angelo. It is my second time on EDNA Challenge. I'm a system analyst and a teacher on Udemy, where I provide training about Power BI. Like a Brazilian, I love so much to build this report. In this video, I want to share with you the dashboard and some inspirations to build the dashboard. Of course, the first point is to understand the problem or the requirements. In this case, we have to analyze data about player soccer transfers. Enterprise DNA provides us a brief, a dataset, and two Power BI files, modeled and not modeled yet. According to the brief, there are 10 questions about dataset that needs to be answered and 4 requirements about layout. And one of them is very special, the use of Power BI instead PowerPoint. That's why we are here. PowerPoint is a great software for presentations, but static presentations. Thinking about interactivity presentations, Power BI is better than PowerPoint in my opinion. Okay, let's move to raw data. The raw data is composed of two files, data dictionary and data transfers. Opening the first one, we have a description about what means every data on data transfers file. Opening the data transfers file, we can see data about transfers market value, fees paid, age of players, and so on. Now, let's go to Power Query. I chose the modeled Power BI file from Enterprise DNA. We can see on the left one fact table and 5 dimension tables. The last dimension table is a copy from player name dimension table. I will explain why I did it later. There are 3 other tables. The measures table is where we can put our measures. The last 2 tables are ISO country codes and players FIFA 23. The ISO country I found on internet because I want to show flags country instead of only country name. The players FIFA 23 dataset I found on Kaggle, a famous platform to practice machine learning. I was looking for player faces and found this dataset. There are some players without face, but it's okay for me. It's a small fraction without face. I import 2 stats from the players FIFA 23 named overall and potential. Overall is a KPI about how good the player is in general. Potential is a KPI that points out how much the overall can evolve. This way, I merge picture URL to 2 players name table and 2 players to and from country. There is one more situation on fact table. I added a column to represent the age range. Thus, it is possible to analyze age in an age group. Now, let's go back to Power BI. Let me show you my solution. First of all, let's take a quick look at connections between tables. All of these connections were made by Enterprise DNA, except the one on the left side. Here, I create this connection between 2-dimension player's name, and this connection is disabled and can be enabled through the use of measurements. It is necessary to provide a comparison between players. I will show it in a few minutes. Now, let's move to report section. Here, we have the start page of the dashboard. It has a title that pulses like a heartbeat. You may guess it is a text, but no. It is a SVG file that I edited to make this effect possible. Then I import it to Power BI using a custom visual named HTML content. To create this effect, it is necessary to add CSS code to SVG file. There are some tutorials on YouTube about it, and some sites that provide all CSS code for us. It isn't necessary to understand CSS code. I learned how to do it with Luís Gustavo Serra. He is Brazilian, Microsoft MVP, and has a YouTube channel. I left the link in the description. On the bottom, it is possible to click on this gift button. Now, here we have the first page of the dashboard. On the left, there are general numbers about dataset. On the middle, there are two world maps. The first one is about youngest players moving to, and the second one is about oldest players is moving to. If I hover the mouse to a point, China for instance, I can see a custom tooltip with 3 players. On the top left, I can click and change the number of players. To 5 for example, using this top-end slicer. Now, back to China. We have 5 players. Perhaps that the last 2 has same age. This way it is possible a country show more than the numbers on top-end slicer. On the right, there is a pizza visual with number of players in each range of age. Below there is a heat map based on player position, where the colors represent or quantity of players or quantity of transfers. It is a custom map. I learned how to create this visual with Bass from How to Power BI YouTube channel. Bass has fantastic videos about Power BI. I recommend subscribing to his channel. On the top left there is a menu. To show it's necessary to click on soccer field. And now it is possible to change the numbers according to these choices. At last, on the right side, there are 5 tabs that allow you to navigate between the pages of the dashboard. Let's go to second one. Here, there are more analyses about age. The maximum age of players can be changed using this slicer. According to this maximum age, we can see new numbers on screen. On the map, we can see a custom tooltip again. On the right side, there is a section named Main Filters. The last filter is a custom map. We can use it to filter other visual. Let's see what happens if I click on Attacking Midfield. Very nice. We can see the interactivity working well. Let's move again. Now to third page, where it is analyzed age and market value. On the left table, we see the place order by fee page, from largest to smallest. On the right, there are 2 scatter plots, where I crossed the age and market value data and below fee page data. In these 2 scatter plots, there are custom tooltips too. Our page number 4 is about battles. Here, it is possible to compare players. On the bottom of each player, we have his name and age. On the middle, we have stats about selected players. The orange one are stats from left side player, and the pink one is about right side player. We can see pictures of players too. These players' photos are the ratio against the best results found in the dataset. Because of this, it was necessary to have 2-dimensional tables about player names. I created a measure to synchronize these 2 slicers. This way, the name selected on left side doesn't appear on right side. Let's see this page in action. On left, I will select Haaland. And on right, I will select Sadio Mane. And here we have the comparison against two players. To fill these photos, I used the custom visual named HTML content again. It was necessary to create a measurement to each photo. I learned how to do it with Jefferson Alves on his YouTube channel named Dados Criativos, creative data translated into English. He provided the measurement too, so I just copy and paste. And at last, our page number 5, about the squads. On the left, you can see my squad, the players that I chose. On the right, we have an optional squad. It is possible to change your optional squad according to these 8 criteria. The pages number 4 and 5 are my favorite pages. If you are Brazilian or speak Portuguese, I teach a training on Power BI on Udemy. I will leave the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video.